everyone, welcome to the channel. I hope you guys are doing well, and today's video is about why are people so happy to be with you, what it is about you that makes them keep coming back, and what they love. All right, so for this reading I've got 4 piles for you to choose from. This is pile 1, this is pile 2, this is pile 3, and this is pile 4. So you guys can now take a moment and see which pile or piles you're most drawn to. And after you've selected your pile, there are timestamps in the description box below which you can use to jump ahead to your reading to see exactly why people are so happy to be with you. Alright, so let's get straight into it. Hello pile 1, welcome to your reading. Let's see why people are so happy to be with you. We have Knight of Pentacles, Justice, Queen of Swords, the Devil in reverse, and the Hanged Man in reverse. Okay, pile 1. So the first thing that I'm seeing with you guys with this Knight of Pentacles, and the Devil in reverse and everything, I just feel like, especially with this one over here, is that, you are not someone who will, just immediately open up to people. You take your time. You take your time to come around and, be receptive to people's attention, their energy and all of that. You take your time. And because of that, I just feel like, for you guys, there's this, people have this curiosity, that, okay, who is this person? Why don't they talk to people? Why are they so quiet? Why are they always by themselves? Why don't they mingle more? Why don't they socialize more? What is their deal? So people actually wonder, that, okay, what's up with you? Why are you the way you are? Are you like an introvert, or you just don't like people, or, something's going on with you that you are by yourself? However, when you start opening up, pile 1, you guys can see with these, there's this queen here wearing a crown, like, over here. And there's the Justice card with the crown here. So when you start opening up, when you start giving that attention to people, when you start talking to them, opening up to them, telling them about your life, people are like, oh my God. It is literally like, like a king or a queen has arrived or something. Like, you are someone who is in a league of their own, pile 1. And people really can see that when they're talking to you, when they're hanging out with you. They can really see that you're not like everybody else. You're not like the ordinary folks out there. You are different. You are and on the other hand, with the Devil in reverse, this also tells me that a lot of people might initially, like when they didn't know you, they had this feeling that maybe you are someone who is really reserved. You are someone who are probably in some aspects, some people might even be thinking that, you are someone who's being restricted a lot, maybe because of the rules of your home or the rules of your culture. Maybe, that's why you're very restricted. That's why you don't open up to people. However, when people actually get to know you, pile 1, they realize just how much of a free spirit you are, just how much, also with the Hanged Man in reverse, just how much you are your own individual. Like, that's why I'm saying you guys are in a league of your own. And people can clearly see that because you have your own rules. You live your life by. You have your own morals, your own set of values. People, if there's a certain concept, people will have, like, suppose 4 or 5 opinions, right, regarding that aspect. But when it comes to you, you have your own opinion. You will not just be like, yeah, okay, I agree with the first school of thought, or I agree with the second school of thought. You're going to have your own school of thought, a pile 1. And people love that about you. People feel refreshed that, oh my God, there's somebody new, somebody who has a different perspective to life, somebody who has a different approach to doing things. That is what you guys are. And like I'm saying, since you guys are in a league of your own, people feel especially privileged to be in your circle, to be able to call you their friends. Like, that's how privileged people feel, because that's how you guys are, you know. And I feel like wherever you go, like every time your friends are together, for example, and you come into the picture, yeah, it's like all the attention falls on you. People will just forget everything, and they're just gonna focus on you, and they're going to be trying to give you that attention. Like, they will give you as much attention as possible, because, you know, yeah, like, look at this. I mean, the one who wears the crown gets the most attention, right? Because one, you're wearing the crowns, like this big thing on top of your head, but obviously there is something that made you deserving of that crown. So obviously, like, that's why you are like their unofficial, like, if you have a group of friends, and you know, you are like their unappointed leader kind of a thing. I'm not saying that, oh, there is a leader. Maybe you might not even consider yourself that. But if there were to be a leader in your friend circle or in your group or something, I feel like everybody will just vote on you. Everybody will just be like, yeah, excuse me, Pile wants the one who is our leader. You know, they are the ones, and people really listen to you, Pile One. They really, really listen to you, because we have this Queen of Swords energy coming through, and we have this Justice energy coming through. Justice is what? The law, right? So, obviously, and people have to follow the law. They just have to, like, even like some people will definitely go against it. That's there, but if you are not into that, then of course you will have to follow the word of law. So I feel like that's the case with you guys. When you decide on something, people just agree to it. People really just agree to it. Why? Because they know they're gonna have a good time. That is why they're so happy to be with you, because you make sure that people feel free. And especially if somebody comes and talks to you about how they're feeling restricted in life, how they're feeling trapped because of one thing or the other, you will be the first one to advocate for their freedom. Like, you will be like, no, you live your life, you do what you want. Like, you're big on that, Pile One. You're big on people living their own lives, living the way they want to live, because you're not someone you don't judge anyone. Even though Justice card is here, but justice is not about judging people, right? Justice is about doing the right thing, supporting the right people, all of that stuff. So this really tells me that when it comes to life, you are all about, you know, freedom. You're literally about freedom of expression, freedom of choice, freedom of love, whatever, everything. You are all for that. You're a strong advocate for that. You might not go around, you know, and you know, like those riots that happen, or protests that happen. You might not be someone who goes out to those, but at the same time, in your heart, you're all for that. You're all for people living their own lives, people being free to do whatever they want, like in the legal boundaries, they're free to do whatever they want. You're all for that. And if you ever get to know that somebody's in trouble, somebody is being controlled by someone, or something, you will be the first one to go and help that person. Like, you will try your best to make that person realize their true value, because I feel like it took you guys a long time to realize your true value, Pile One. It took you a really long time, a lot of experiences, a lot of pain, a lot of patience, a lot of healing was had to, you know, like, you had to go through a lot of that process just so you guys can finally know your worth. And now you're doing your best to help people know their worth, and that is why you make them so, like, people are so happy to be with you, because they're like, because, you know, you make them love themselves. You make them accept themselves. You're like, this is who you are, good and bad combined, but this is you, this is uniquely you. So people feel really good in your presence. They feel like, yeah, this person will never do us wrong. Justice here, you know, they will never do us wrong. And people also know, and they feel good about that as well, that you, if they're wrong, Pile One, you will be the first one to tell them. Like, you will be honest with them, and that is such a precious commodity. Honesty is such a precious commodity these days. That's why when you are the one giving it out to people, people really appreciate it, and they eat it all up. They love your honesty. And I feel like, despite the Queen of Swords here, I feel like you guys convey your opinion in a way that is not too harsh. It can be blunt, but not harsh, not insulting to the point where you hurt the other person's feeling. Because you're, like I'm saying, you're not for that. You're not about hurting people, no matter what. No matter if you're super annoyed with them and you really want to give it to them, but even then you're like, no, I cannot deal with the fact that I am responsible for someone's pain. So you go around helping people, and you go around, and if somebody even comes to you asking for some opportunity, any kind of opportunity, be it like they want to get into a relationship, or they want to get a job, they want to get into some personal improvement or something, you do your best to help them out with this Knight of Pentacles. Sometimes it might take you time to get there, but then you eventually do, and you do your best to help people out and give them exactly what they're seeking from you. Pile 1, you're wonderful people. Okay, we have 3 of Swords, 10 of Swords in reverse, 4 of Swords, so many swords, 7 of Cups, and we have the Lovers. Okay. So, all right. So yeah, with the Lovers here, I can clearly see that, anybody, if you guys are in a relationship, Pile 1, your partner feels incredibly lucky to be with you. They feel so lucky, and they're so happy to be in a relationship with you. Why? Because you're so different. You're like one of a kind, and you are able, like the Hangman is in reverse, so this is kind of telling me you're able to bring this stability in their love life, or in their life in general, like your partner's life, I mean. So I feel like this card is really pertaining to those of you who are in a relationship. And you make your partner not only feel free, but at the same time you're making them feel secure. You know, your partner is like, like you are able to trust them, you know, and so they feel really glad that you are trusting them. You're not being that jealous, overbearing person who's going like, oh, you're not gonna go there, you're not gonna go here, who are you talking to, give me your phone, all of that stuff. You're not into that, like I'm saying, because you know your worth, Pile 1. And a lot of people really look up to you for that matter, because a lot of people do not know their worth. So when they see somebody who knows their worth, when they're confident in themselves, when they've accepted themselves to the fullest, people strive to be like them. So I feel like people strive to be like you. You are like this role model for people. But like I'm saying, you know, you give them that freedom to be themselves, not only in your presence, but in the world, because you have such a profound effect on them. You have such a strong influence on people that you give them that confidence that yes, they can you know, be themselves. They're free to be themselves in this world, regardless of the rejection they might face, regardless of anything, any strong opinions, but they're still free to do whatever they want. Like, you give them that confidence, you give them that belief that yes, that is possible for them. Living their life the way they want is possible for them. So I mean, who wouldn't be happy to be with you? Like, come on. Pile 1, everybody wants someone like that in their lives. Everybody wants someone like you in their lives, because we need that person who's like, yeah, you know, I will accept you no matter what. The whole world can reject you, but I will be that one person who will always accept you. And you don't have to say that to people, Pile 1. But you show it to them. You show it that, yeah, I'm there. You know, even if the whole world rejects you, even if we don't talk, you know that, you know, they know that, yeah, Pile 1 is that one person who accepts us for who we are. So of course people are going to be happy in your presence, Pile 1, and they would definitely want to be around you, want to be in your beautiful energy that you guys have. You have a very stable energy for, like I'm saying, you bring that stability in people's lives. I don't know, I'm not talking like, oh, you are helping them financially or something. You might be, but just your presence, you know, it just calms people down. It makes them feel like, yeah, it's gonna be okay, whatever it is, we can handle it. Without you, maybe their whole energy is all chaotic and they're panicking and freaking out, but when you come into the picture, all of a sudden it's like calm, it's peace. How do you guys do that? Pile one, I feel like maybe it's just your energy, just your aura. People just calm down. They feel better, so much better whenever they're in your presence. So of course they're gonna be so happy to be with you. Also, we have the Ten of Swords in reverse. So this card clearly tells me that you bring a lot of healing to people. Pile one, you really bring that, and I feel like, I don't know, I'm just getting this visual in my head at this point, that the moment you walk into a room, people just they just start smiling. They look at you and they start smiling because they know that yes, everything is going to be okay now. They know that, now, yeah, things will start getting better in their life or something. But I'm just really seeing these people who are not so happy, but then the moment you enter Pile one, they just start smiling and they're just looking at you with so much awe, as if, yeah, like their leader has arrived, like that savior, I would say. I didn't want to use such strong of a word, but yeah, that's how I feel that people view you, that you are their savior. You are the ones who are able to make such a big difference in their lives, and if it weren't for you, they would be a mess. They would be still stuck in this Three of Swords energy. They will be confused with the Seven of Cups energy. They'll be like not knowing what to do. They'll be all wrapped up. Like the Devil is in reverse. So this clearly tells me that you are there to give that freedom to people. But if this wasn't reverse, it was like upright. Yeah, like before you come into a person's life, yeah, Devil upright, that's the energy they're in. They're tied up. Their mind is filled with all sorts of negative thoughts. They're not able to live their life. Some people have even kind of they have gotten that learned helplessness kind of a thing, where even when the solution is right there, when escape is right there, they don't take it because they've gotten so used to the pain. So even if those people who have gotten so used to the pain, gotten into learned helplessness, you are able to bring those people out. You guys might not be therapists officially, professionally, you guys might not be into that field, but you're still able to help people out on a soul level, on a very spiritual level, Pile one. And of course, when you're bringing in so much happiness to people, when you're bringing in so much peace to people, rather, of course they're going to be happy. They are definitely going to be happy. And of course, with the Three of Swords, I'm also going to say that, if somebody has kind of shown their interest to you and you did not feel the same way for them, and you just told them that no, it can't happen, that you kind of refuse to be with them, yeah, they end up like this, like they're heartbroken. They feel as if they've lost something really, really precious. So yeah, it's a tough time for those people who do not have your love, who do not have you in their lives. Pile one. And let's see what else we have. We have key, of course, unlocking secret. We have birds. Okay, and then we have a woman. Okay, let me just see. Okay, so with the woman, I just feel like with the birds here, people talk about you a lot. Like you are, most of the times you are literally the subject of gossip, and not bad gossip, not the negative kind of gossip, but the positive kind. People say good stuff about you, but they often talk about you. Pile one, a lot of times, I feel like most of the times you're not even aware of the fact that people are talking about you, that you are the subject of discussion. And I'm telling you again, I'm repeating the fact that they're not talking bad stuff about you. People, they feel so good about you. They love you so much. And every time, like suppose you went out with your friends to some trip or something, they will come and they'll start telling anyone and everyone who they come across just how good of a time they had with you, just how much fun they had with you. Like that's the good stuff they'll talk about, that all the good things, all the good experiences you guys have with each other, all the fun stuff, all the jokes and everything like that happen. That's the kind of stuff people talk about. Nobody talks bad about it. Like I'm not getting that message for you guys. Pile one. And I feel like there's a certain female or a certain individual with their divine feminine being more powerful who talks about you a lot. And I just feel like with the key card, key coming here, I feel like you really do unlock people's potential. Pile one. That is why people are so happy. You nurture them so much, because this is also the feminine energy coming through, so which talks about nurturing, which talks about love, kindness, all of that stuff, that comfort. So you give that to them. That is why it's so easy for people to go out in public and be themselves, because you've unlocked that authentic person that has been inside of them this whole time. So not only are you able to unlock a person's potential, pile one, but you're able to unlock their true identity. And people need that. People are so caught up with wearing masks all the time, being somebody else just so they can fit in. You tell people that they're not meant to fit in, because they're meant to fly. They're meant to go around. They're not meant to just be like, okay, this is my place, or I'm supposed to be accepted there. No, you're able to bring that acceptance to people. That is why they're able to fly. I feel like when it comes to these birds, you are like these branches, you are providing that stability to people. And if they choose to fly, if these birds choose to fly, then you are the wings, you are helping them fly, you're helping them go in whatever direction they want. So obviously when you give so much support to people, there's this unconditional love that you give to people, pile one. And because of that, of course they're gonna be so happy. They would want to be with you like all the time. All right, so this is all I have for you, pile one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye. Hello, pile two, welcome to your reading. Let's see, why are people so happy to be with you? We have 7 of Swords, 9 of Cups in reverse, 3 of Pentacles in reverse, the Hermit, and Ace of Swords. Interesting. Okay, pile 2. So the first thing that I'm getting for you, like I got a couple of messages, but the first thing, like with the this 3 of Pentacles in reverse, the Hermit, the Ace of Swords, I feel like you guys, pile 2, you are able to bring a person's individuality out. Some people get used to the support other people provide. They become dependent on other people. Some even go a step further and become codependent on someone. And a lot of times in this day and age, like when, there's so many rules in society, there's so many restrictions placed upon an individual. People often, they put on masks, or they try to compromise, or they kind of give in to the societal norms, the peer pressure, and they try to be somebody who they're not, just so they can have the support of other people. But you guys are like, no. You will kind of empower an individual into being by themselves, pile 2. You bring that empowerment into people. You really do empower people. Like if there's anybody who can empower people and make them believe in themselves, it's you guys, pile 2. And you do it in a really beautiful way. And I feel like with this 7 of Swords, you really, people trust you. People trust you with the darkest of their secrets. So, when they do that, when they tell you everything about themselves, that is when, like, instead of using those secrets against them with this 9 of Cups in reverse, instead of doing that, you use those secrets, you figure out, okay, this is the kind of person this individual is. Now, this is how they can be independent. This is how they can be by themselves. This is how they can be empowered. So you use those secrets not for your gain, but for the benefit of the other person. And I feel like a lot of people will be owing or should owe their independence to you. If somebody, for example, comes to you and they go like, okay, I'm moving out. I don't know how. I've never lived by myself. I'm scared and this and that. They start listing their problems that, oh, I'll have to take care of the bills, I'll have to do this, I don't have enough money, blah blah blah. You'll be like, you live your life, you move out, do whatever you want, and I will help you as much as I can. But you're not going to help them forever. No way, pile 2. You're not like that. You're not going to help them forever. You will only help them to the point where you see that this person is going to be independent. Like the moment that person becomes independent, and you work hard, you will work hard to make sure that person becomes independent. You will make sure that that person doesn't rely on you or anybody else for that matter. So when you do that, when you help that person, come into their power, when you make a person realize that's how talented they are, they're like this bird. They're able to fly on their own. And that's because of you. You help people find their wings. You help people grow their wings, pile 2. And obviously, when you are able to help people, like that's a lot of people dream about becoming independent, be it financially, be it emotionally, whatever. A lot of people have this dream of being independent, of living life by their rules, by their wishes, by their desires. That's a lot of people have that goal, that they have it as a goal, pile 2. And you're someone who helps them achieve that goal. You are someone who helps them believe in their true power. That's why like all these cards are coming out, which are talking about being a person being independent, a person being by themselves. You kind of help people outgrow attachments, and not in a bad way. Like you're not like, oh, forget that person's not worth it, blah blah blah. No, you're like, sure, you remember that person, but do not depend on that person when that person's no longer in your life. Like you really help people. And if somebody has gone through a breakup, pile 2, you're the one who will be helping them move on. You will make them help them heal. And then you'll be like, okay, now it's time for you to move on to somebody else. Now is your time to kind of live the life you want, instead of, because when you're in a relationship, you have to compromise. You have to focus on what the other person wants, what that person's thinking. So, but you're like, no, I feel like you don't like when people depend on others. Like not in a, like when they become too dependent on other people, when they're relying on the other person for everything. I feel like you do not like that. You're not you're not an advocate for it, I would say, because you understand the importance of being independent. You understand the importance of knowing your worth, knowing your power. And I feel like maybe it is even your sole purpose to kind of make people realize what their true power is and help people become independent, pile 2. So, and I feel like you guys have some really incriminating stuff, a lot of dark, deep secrets, which people have told you, and you can easily use those secrets to destroy them if you want. Like you could do that. You have the power to ruin lives, but you don't do that. You instead use those secrets to help people. Like this is all dark, you guys can see with the secrets and everything, it's all dark. But with the Hermit here, it's like all these fireflies here. So I feel like you use these secrets as those fireflies. You use them to see a person's soul. You go like, okay, this is how I can help this person become independent, become their true self. That's what I can do. So I feel like you guys are very analytical, especially when it comes to personalities. Pile 2, you're very analytical. You're always analyzing people. Some of you guys might even do it subconsciously. You guys are not even aware of the fact that you're doing it. But that also tells me that everything, I feel like whatever people do, nothing can get past you. The slightest twitch of their eyes is noticed by you guys. Like I'm saying, some of that happens at a subconscious level. You guys think that, oh, I'm not paying attention to this person, I'm not paying attention, but you subconsciously, you're literally aware of every breath that person takes. And if possible, if you guys can hear that person's heartbeat, you guys will be able to hear, like you will know that, okay, this is how many beats per minute this person has, you guys will know that. That's how strongly you analyze a person. You know each and every detail of a person. You really observe people, pile 2, and not because you want to take advantage of someone. No way. You do it because you're like, in order to help this person, I need to know everything about this person. That's the best way to help them, because you will know what their strengths are, you will know what their weaknesses are, so you will try and help that person out in the best way that you can, and you succeed. With this Ace of Swords, a pile 2, you are so successful. And of course, when you're able to give people that power, when you make people realize that, yeah, they're holistic individuals in themselves, when you're able to guide them, when you're able to help them reflect upon their actions, good or bad, whatever they may be, why wouldn't people be happy with you? Why wouldn't they want to be around you? A lot of people see you as a guide with this Hermit card here. A lot of people see that. They see you as a mentor. They see you as this, maybe they might not see you as a mentor necessarily, but they do see that you are incredibly wise. You are incredibly mature, despite your age, whatever it may be. You are a mature individual, and you understand what is important in life. You understand the importance of a person realizing their true power. And that is what you're doing. You're going around helping people. I'm sensing so much happiness coming from people, like to the point where they have tears in their eyes whenever they look at you, because they're just so happy that you are there. You're like this blessing. You're like these fireflies in the darkness, You are that ray of hope. You are that ray of light. You are the one who are like just flickering around. Probably fireflies are your spirit animal. Do they even consider it an animal? There might be a bug or something, insect. Or you might have a name, Firefly, like nickname or something. Your name might mean Firefly, something of that sort. But I just feel like fireflies are really important to you guys for some reason. So let's see what else we have. We have 3 of Cups in reverse. Again, individuality, guys. You guys are powerful. We have the Hanged Man. Okay. That's in reverse, by the way. And then we have the World. We have 3 of Wands in reverse. And Queen of Cups. So all these 3s coming up in reverse, pile 2. The number 3 talks about socializing, It talks about having a social circle, hanging out with friends. You're not against that. No. You're not against that, oh, people shouldn't hang out with friends. They should have no friends. They should be by themselves all the time. You're not like that. No, you're like, if somebody has friends, that's fine. But your thing is about a person knowing their power. You are like, you guys can see this card being in reverse. 3 of Wands looks like a crown on this diamond. So you're like, a person needs to be in control of themselves. They need to be in control of their emotions. They shouldn't depend on someone to the point where it breaks them if that person leaves. I feel like you really don't like that when people come up to you and they go like, oh, I cannot live without that person. I cannot do this. I don't know how I'll move on and everything. You respect that. You respect their emotions. But you also go like, no, that's not the point of your life, to be dependent on someone, to be so hung up on someone that it cripples you. You are not for that. I don't know what experiences you have been through, pile 1, but you have really realized the importance of self-empowerment. You have really realized that, and you know that. Maybe your life was all okay. For some of you, that might be that you've lived an okay life, but inherently you've had this opinion, or it's just something that's inside of you that goes like, no, a person needs to be independent no matter what. They need to be like this, the world, they need to be like both these individuals. You guys can see they're like together, they're one. So you're more like, bringing the divine masculine and the divine feminine together in an individual, because every person has both these elements in them, the divine masculine and the divine feminine. But a lot of times, 98% of the times, it's like, a one or the other element is stronger. Either it's a divine masculine that's stronger, or the divine feminine overpowers. So you are like, you're all about bringing a balance between those two energies. because that is when an individual becomes whole. They become super powerful because both those elements, both the energies are in alignment, they are in perfect harmony. And that is when an individual realizes their true self, like the person is self-actualized. And I'm seeing with these 4 eyes, like look at these, it's not even like 3 eyes, it's 4 eyes. So I'm just getting this like you awaken people, like like those people who are like really elevated spiritually, I feel like you are responsible for that. Like you have really elevated a lot of people in your lives, maybe, or maybe not a lot of people, but you have certainly made a difference in people's lives, to the point where they have realized their true power and they have elevated themselves to the higher plane. They're able to connect with the cosmos even more spiritually. Maybe you're someone who tells people that, oh, you alone are responsible for your life, or you alone are able to kind of manifest the things that you want to manifest in life. Wow, if you guys were in my life, Pile 2, I'm not even joking here. If you guys were in my life, I would be like, I would feel super privileged. I will be like the happiest person there, because I'm like, yeah, this person is the reason why I am able to, I am able to be independent. I am able to free myself of the chains or of being dependent on other people. A lot of times being independent can be really uncomfortable for people. That's why they kind of resist that. But you are not someone who makes independence sound like a bad thing. You kind of you make it sound like such a beautiful thing that everybody wants it. So like I'm saying, if you guys were in my life, or if somebody like you was in my life, a Pile 2, I'll be super lucky. Like I would consider myself super lucky, because you are able to kind of help me achieve my true potential. That's what you guys do. You tell people, oh, you're not gonna, like, if somebody, God forbid, if somebody's going through something bad and they come to you asking for help, this hangman is in reverse. You'll be like, you better not just sit there and do nothing. You better not just sit there and be like, okay, I'm gonna cry for some time. Okay, you can let the person cry, but you guys will be like, okay, you can take a break, but you cannot give up. You cannot be like, you cannot just be like this hangman and not do anything. You cannot just surrender to life or to the universe like that. You give people that encouragement to fight for themselves, to fight for their lives. How do you do that? And you do it with a lot of love. I was just asking you how you do that, and the universe is like, this is how they do it. With this Queen of Cups, you do it with so much love and so much acceptance, and you are always there for people. Like I'm saying, that's why you help people like grow their own wings, because you're their guide, you're their mentor until they grow up. Spiritually, they grow up and they realize their true power, and you do it with so much love. You're always there to listen to people, to their sorrows, to their pain, whatever it may be. And I feel like it can get really heavy for you with this 7 of Swords here. It can get really heavy for you. People's pain, their hardships, whatever they share with you, it can get really heavy on an energetic level. Like that energy is so heavy for you. And this really tells me that because of all this, because of all that you have heard, whatever you've come across, whatever you've experienced, Pile 2, you have kind of withdrawn into yourself. We have the Hermit here as well. You have just withdrawn into yourself, because there's just so much of it. There's just so much intense energy that, you have to do your best to kind of give that love out, but at the same time, you're also taking in their dark energy, their pain, and all of that. So a lot of people just often wonder why you are by yourself all the time. You spend a lot of time by yourself. Some of you guys might be happy with that. Some of you guys might not be happy with it, but at the same time, you feel like you have no choice, because you need to protect your energy, and that is the only way you can do that. You know that the moment you step out, the moment people start talking to you, that energy exchange will start happening, and you will be sucked into it. So I feel like maybe a lot of times you guys are by yourself because you are trying to heal your energy. You are trying to kind of get rid of that energy that is not yours, that doesn't belong to you, the negative stuff, the darkness that doesn't belong to you. So a lot of times you're going through this spiritual healing, spiritual detox thing. But yeah, It just makes you more secretive, I would say. Okay, we have mice. We have crossroads. And we have house. Okay. Yeah. So with the crossroads here, you really help, and you guys can see there's this pathway coming, even though there's only like one pathway, but then there's still a pathway. So this really tells me that you guys with the crossroads here, you really give people that option. You're like, okay, anybody who comes to you, you're like, okay, you can either do this, you can do this, or you can do this. You know, you give people that option. And with the mice here, mice is all about eating away at things. So I feel like you really kind of eat away, like not literally, but like figuratively, you kind of eat away at the person's pain, at the person's confusion, because crossroads also talks about confusion, and you provide such a safe space for people, a pile too, that you know, they're able to see themselves, they're able to see you are able to eat away at these worms that are coming out of the skull, and all these mushrooms, the fungus and everything. You are able to eat away at that. Like anyone who comes to you, you can clearly spot, like the person hasn't even started talking, and you can feel exactly where the pain is in terms of their soul. You guys have that power. You guys are, like I'm saying, you guys are so elevated, you guys are so spiritually strong, that when you look at a person, you don't even have to talk to them, but you know exactly what the kind of pain that person is going through. So the more they start talking, the more obviously clues you start getting, the more information you get, and then you're able to kind of eat away, because fungus in the head, it just causes confusion, right? It just makes a person feel lost. So you act like this mice and you eat away at that. That is why then this whole thing is uncovered, and people are able to see that they have so many different options, and those options help them, you know, choose the path that they want. And they're able to do that because you provide a safe space for them. You know, those people know that if they mess up, the whole world might reject them or taunt them or insult them, but they can always come back to you and talk to you. Like, you'll be their guide, you'll be there to help them through that difficult phase. And of course, they're gonna be happy to have you. They feel relieved that yes, there is somebody like Pile 2 in our lives. People around you, people in your lives, Pile 2, they really do consider themselves lucky that you are there. They really do. And they are lucky. Alright, so this is all I have for you, Pile 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye. Hello, Pile 3. Welcome to your reading. Let's see, why are people so happy to be with you? Alright, we have the moon in reverse. We have 4 of Wands in reverse. 6 of Cups. The Star, and the 5 of Pentacles. Okay. So Pile 3, the first thing that I'm seeing for you guys with the 4 of Wands in reverse, I just feel like you guys are very beautifully chaotic people, like in a good way. Definitely in a good way, Pile 3. You guys are like, your energy is like so, it's like a star, you know, it's like just bursting and flickering and shining all around wherever you go. Like, you guys can see, even when this 5 of Pentacles, despite the rain and everything, there are these, you know, sparkles, and there are these flashes of gold here and there. And so this really tells me that, especially in the midst of darkness, when a person is going through a tough time, Pile 3, you guys are like that. You guys are like these stars, you know. You are that star. You are that silver lining, that ray of hope that, yeah, things are going to be okay. And I feel like really whenever somebody's going through like something difficult, whenever they're upset, you have this tendency to make them smile. You always manage to bring a laughter to a person's face. You always make them just forget their worries and everything. You bring them out of this state of darkness, because we have the moon here. I mean, even though like this is in reverse, so moon upright is like all confusion, and confusion happens when your mind is clouded, when you're in that dark phase. That is when that confusion settles in. So this card coming up in reverse right next to the 4 of Wands in reverse, this really tells me that you kind of clear away the confusion by making people laugh, because when a person laughs, you kind of distract them. So when you distract them, obviously the confusion, the clouds that are misting up or fogging up their judgment, it kind of just goes away. So next thing you know, people are feeling much better. So I feel like literally in your case, like I did not like get this message for the other two piles, like in such a literal sense, but in your case, you literally make people happy. You make them laugh, you make them smile. Even if it's just for a short time. I feel like you guys are incredibly funny, very humorous. You're always cracking jokes, and you have this. And I feel like internally, pile 3, you guys might be going through a tough time as well. Or people on the outside, they sometimes have this opinion of you that you don't take life seriously, or you have no care in the world, or you're just such a happy-go-lucky person. But maybe internally, some of you guys might be going through a really tough time. You guys might be in this whole dark phase as well. But when you see somebody else in pain, when you see somebody else going through a tough time, you kind of suppress your pain. You kind of suppress your sorrow. Just so, because you know that the other person doesn't need that from you. The other person needs you to be funny. The other person needs you to make them smile, to make them feel better, to give them a solution to their problems or something. You might not be able to give them a direct solution to their problems like all of the times. Like sometimes, yes, you do, but not all the time, right? But you're still able to help them out. And sometimes it can be at a cost of your well-being as well, because like I'm saying, sometimes you guys suppress your pain, you suppress your heartache, whatever stuff you're going through, you don't talk about it to other people. You keep it to yourself because you think that people are going through their own thing. They don't need your pain on top of that. So you kind of suppress your pain, and you're always doing your best to make people smile, to be the star in people's lives. You're doing your best to do that. So sometimes it can get it can get too much for you. And with the 5 of Pentacles here, you might often feel as if, you are there for other people, but other people are not there for you when you need them. Or, you sometimes just wish that, I wish there was somebody who saw through me the way I see through other people. Even if there are other people who are trying to put on a brave face, put on a smile on their face, you can see through them. You can see their pain. You're like, this person's not okay. They're pretending to be okay, and they're really not. So you do your best to make sure that the person actually turns out okay, that they forget their problems and everything. But I feel like that doesn't happen. The same thing doesn't happen to you. There's nobody who's able to see through you. Whenever you are being funny, whenever you are trying to make other people laugh, people take you at face value. Nobody ever thinks twice that maybe pile 3 is also going through something. Maybe they're trying to be funny because they're upset or something on the inside. I don't think there's ever been anyone like that for some of you guys, but maybe for some, yeah, there might be like 1 or 2 people who might have noticed you, or who really know you. If you have those people, you guys are really lucky. But I feel like with this 5 of Pentacles card, there are not many of you who have that, who have people who truly understand you, who see through your facade of being happy-go-lucky all the time or smiling all the time. A lot of people just don't do that. So you guys literally make people happy. You are so funny, so sarcastic, like in a good way. Like people love that, your wit, your attitude, your sarcasm. You guys might even speak fluent sarcasm. You might just every time, sometimes you guys might have gotten so used to it that sometimes you just do it unintentionally, and sometimes that can get you in a lot of trouble, but people get over it because people understand that you come from a good place. Your heart's in a good place. You do not mean to insult anyone. You do not mean to make anybody feel bad. If you're being sarcastic, it is because people enjoy that sarcasm. People love it. And people really wish that they could have your sarcasm, like your ability to speak sarcasm so fluently. I wish a lot of people wish that they could be like you. They could be just as funny as you. And sometimes people actually wonder, like you make people wonder with the moon universe. You make people wonder, how in the world do you come up with the jokes you come up with? How are you able to give such a witty response every single time? Yeah, I feel like that is an inherent talent inside of you, pile three, where you're just able to come up with a quick, witty, funny response to a serious situation. And I feel like a lot of times, and people are like, if God forbid they ever have to be in a difficult position, in a serious position, they would love to deal with that situation with you. Like they would love for you to be there while they're facing that situation, because you will make light out of that situation. Like you won't ignore it, like you won't minimize the seriousness or the magnitude of the situation, but you will make it bearable for other people, with your humor, with your talent, with your intelligence. Because coming up, being sarcastic, coming up with witty responses, that's a sign of intelligence, pile 3, and you guys able to do that. Yeah, so when you're able to come up with such fast responses, you'll also be able to come up with a solution as well most of the times. That is why a lot of people wish that if God forbid they're ever in trouble, they would wish that you are with them, because you will make that whole difficult situation so much fun, funny, and you'll make it bearable. They know that as long as you're there, they can get through it. And sometimes in a serious situation, people even look up to you. They're just looking at you, waiting for you to crack a joke or something, so that'll give them that, that reassurance that maybe it's not going to be that bad. Everything is going to be okay. So your humor, the way you make people laugh, that is like a serious quality that you guys have, pile 3, and people love that about you. People want to be with you, and your humor and your personality as a whole, it's like so intense and so powerful that with the 6 of Cups here, no one can forget you. If people forget you, all they do is just miss you. They really, really miss you. And they're just like, they often talk about you, like if they moved on, they're in another place in their life, they have like a bunch of new friends, they would definitely mention you. They'll be like, oh yeah, I used to have this friend, pile 3, they used to be like so funny, they would always crack up, they would always be cracking jokes, they made life so interesting, they made life exciting, and they truly taught me that you don't have to take life so seriously. Like people really kind of owe that to you. Like if people have learned that not to take life so seriously, it is because of you, pile 3, nobody else. Right? So you guys are really desirable. Like, yeah, people really want you around. People definitely want you in their lives. All right, so we have strength here. We have 4 of Pentacles. We have the Chariot in reverse. I'll just cover this. Okay, we have the Empress. We'll get another stone. And we have 8 of Pentacles. Okay. So, I'm just gonna cover this as well. Okay. So, pile 3, I feel like the way you're able to make any situation humorous, any situation bearable, it's a sign of your strength. Not only that, but you're able to provide strength to people. That is what you bring to the table with your support. And I do see you supporting. I feel like you support the ones who have no one in their lives. You really support the underdog. You stand up for the underdogs. But most of the times you stand up for those people who have no one in their lives. You are their supporter. You are there for them when nobody's there for people. That's the kind of person you are. So of course, and look at this, the lion. I mean, normally this is the strength card is about taming the lion, overcoming obstacles and all of that stuff. But with this deck, you can see the lion is like holding on to this boy's hand, arm. So this really tells me that instead of seeing obstacles as problems, you see them in a very different way. You see them as a chance to grow. So you bring this optimism to the table. You are very optimistic about life, pile 3. And people take that into account. You might be really pessimistic on the inside, like internally, but like I'm saying, for other people, you're willing to suppress the pain that you're going through. You're willing to suppress your darkness, your negativity, just so other people can feel happy. So for other people, you kind of make them feel that, all these obstacles, they're a chance to grow rather than, something that the universe has put in your path to try and stop you. So you have a very positive attitude towards life, pile 3, and you kind of bring that and I would say that it's really contagious, that because other people take that on. That's why I'm saying a lot of people will owe their success, like in life, not in their career or love life or anything, but life in general, the way they're able to face obstacles, the way they're able to face problems, they would owe that to you because you kind of changed their perspective. You made them be like, befriend your problems, and then they won't seem so bad. I don't know how one does that, but you guys might know the secret of it. If you do let me know. But you are able to tell people that it's not that bad. And if you think that the universe is against you, the universe is not against you. It is doing everything in your favor. So that's why the strength card is here, and you being in a person's life, it brings a whole ton of strength to that person. That's why they're able to do so much. They're able to face their problems because you are there for them, pile 3. Oh my gosh. No wonder people want to be around you. No wonder they're so happy to be with you. Of course, why wouldn't they be? We have the Empress here. We have 8 of Pentacles, guys. You guys are so hardworking. And with the Empress here, you guys have limitless potential. You're like, I'm telling you, you're like the star, The Empress is like potential, it's abundance, it's growth, all of that. So I feel like you really do help people grow. You help them become more mature. You help them become stronger. You guys you're like the Empress here. You're everything good, pile 3. You're a combination of literally every good thing in this world, every blessing in this world, every virtue that is there. You are it, you have it all. So obviously when there's so much goodness inside a person, why wouldn't people want to be around that person? Why wouldn't people want to be with that person? So this is your energy, pile 3. You guys are like the Empress. You're everything good in this world. Everything, and the world beyond. You're everything good. And that is why sometimes people just want to hold on to you because you're like this precious treasure. They want to hold on to you. That's why if you grow apart, if people leave you or something, there's this distance that come between you guys. People always miss you. Like, you are the pile that will be missed. That's why people get really sad. They get really upset that when you're not there, they definitely miss you, and they really feel like you bring such warmth to the table. You, with your intelligence, with your kindness and love and happy-go-lucky attitude, you bring so much warmth because you're like always laughing. So you're like this light, light is warmth. So people feel really good, but when you're not there, it's like this energy. 5 of Pentacles. People feel bereft of you. Some people would even start feeling resentful towards you because they're like, pile 3 neglected me, they left me, they did this to me, they did that to me, and you're like, what did I do? Sometimes you would even wonder that, okay, why is this person so upset with me? What did I do? You didn't even do anything. It's just that people get so addicted to your energy that when you're not there, they face withdrawals. With you guys, people actually go through withdrawals. Pile 3 withdrawals. That's what people go through. That is why they're like so incredibly happy to be with you, because you're like perfect. You are literally perfect. And we have the number 8 coming through. So this is talking about infinity. We also have number 8 here with the strength card. So you're like the manifestation of every good thing in life, because people always try to manifest good things for themselves, not for others. For themselves. And with you, the number 8 coming up twice is just really telling me that you are the man. And people actually actively try and manifest somebody like you in their life. Be it a friend, be it in the form of a friend, be it in the form of a romantic partner, a spouse, whatever, even business associates. People actually try and actively manifest somebody like you. That's how desirable you guys are, pile 3, because you are everything good. And you are one of a kind, literally, with the Chariot in reverse. This really tells me that you are one of a kind. You're like this treasure, all these gemstones you guys can see here. That's how you guys are. You're like this diamond, you know, with thousands and thousands of facets. And people will just love to explore you as a person, your personality. People will love to interview you if they possibly could. All right, then we have a snake. We have book. Like I'm saying, they were talking. I was just saying that people would just love to explore you. We have clouds. See, I told you. All right, so with the snake here, like I was saying, snake is all about transformation. It is all about manipulation. And when it comes to you guys, you're able to do that. Now, I'm not saying that you are able to manipulate people in a negative way, but you're able to manipulate situation. You're able to change a person's perspective into a very positive one. You know, you turn a situation around so that instead of seeing it as a problem, people start seeing it as, okay, it's a part of life. Okay, we can deal with this. We can do this. You know, that's what you guys do. And also with the clouds here, clouds is confusion, like I was saying with the moon here. Like, but this is in reverse, so this really tells me. And you guys can see with this book, there's this light coming out, and there are these glasses. Obviously, glasses help people see better. So, like I'm saying, when you come into the picture, when you come into a person's life, a pile 3, with your knowledge, with your experience, your expertise, you bring that light in a person's life, you know? So all the clouds, they just disappear. And you guys, you know that during the day, when there are clouds, even despite the clouds being there, unless they're really thick or really gray, but the regular clouds, the sun easily breaks through them, you know. And clouds are just like there. I mean, they're, even if they're there for a short time, but you are like this light, you know. You are like that sun who just comes through and breaks through the confusion, breaks through the clouds, and help people out. So yeah, and I feel like a lot of times people really kind of value your knowledge, whatever information that you have. People really value that, a pile 3. And of course, when you're able to, with your knowledge, with your intelligence, you're able to kind of and like I was saying, you know, with this snake here, not just manipulation but transformation as well. So you're able to transform yourselves according to what the circumstances require, what life wants from you, or what people want from you. So I feel like you guys have gone through a lot of transformations in your life, or you have gotten so used to, you know, changing or adjusting your personality to others that it has become second nature to you. It has become literally a one with you. So now you do it at a subconscious level. You raise or decrease your frequency according to you know, the people's needs. So yeah, like of course, why wouldn't people want to be around you when you are such a miracle? Like, you guys are such a blessing, pile 3, right? So this is all I have for you, pile 3. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye. Hello, pile 4. Welcome to your reading. Let's see why people are so happy to be with you. All right, so we have Knight of Cups in reverse, 8 of Wands, Knight of Swords, the Fool, and the Empress. Interesting. Okay, pile 4. So, why are people so happy with you? You guys are literally, I'm not even joking, literally are a new beginning for people. You know, when sometimes a person is going through a rough period, and they're just manifesting a positive change in their lives. They're going around looking for signs that something positive will happen. The life will turn around for the better. You are that positive change, pile 4. That is why people are so happy whenever you're with them, when you're around them, whenever you enter the room. People get so happy because they know that yes, that positive energy has arrived, that positive change has arrived. You are a symbol of change, pile 4. You are a symbol of a beautiful transformation. And you guys can see Knight of this crow, raven, whatever, it's going in this direction. And this 8 of Wands, you guys can see up there, it looks like a sun. All this light, everything, it looks like the sun. So from here, like all this wind, rain, storm, this bird is heading in this direction, heading towards the sun. And Knight of Swords is a symbol of change. It's a card that depicts change. It talks about change, that yes, change is coming and everything. So I can clearly see that you are a new beginning, a fresh start for people, a beautiful change that, life, the moment you enter a person's life, the moment people come across you, they know that, life is going to get better. They just know it like at a soul level that life is going to get better. And I feel like you don't even have to do anything, because we have the Knight of Cups in reverse. I feel like you don't have to do much. You just have to be yourself. You're like the Empress here, You're just infinitely good. A pile 4, you're infinitely abundant with light, with positivity, with love, with kindness, acceptance, every good thing that a person wants. You are it. You are like the Empress here, so you are. And you guys can see with the Fool here, you are just abundant in faith, in confidence in the universe. Like, your connection with the universe is so strong, pile 4. I feel like that the universe has just blessed you with abundance, or is going to bless you with abundance if it hasn't already. But you are an abundant individual. There's so much inside of you. You are like a galaxy in yourself. People talk about a universe, that, every human is a universe, but you are a galaxy. You are a step ahead. Pile 4, you're like this combination of a billion, trillion, gazillion stars. And of course, people are just like, that's why I'm saying people actively try to manifest that. Whenever there's they're writing or they're scripting that, I wish my life changes for the better, they're essentially talking about you. Like, they're essentially manifesting you. They don't have to specify that, I wish this kind of a person comes into my life, because I think that message I got for like pile 3, but not for you guys. But for you guys, it's more like, even if a person's generally wishing for a good change, they're essentially wishing for you, because you are that good change. And you know how people affects us, how every person that comes and goes from our life, it has an impact on us. So some people have a good impact on us, some people not so much. But with you, you are someone who will always bring a positive change, always leave a positive impact on an individual. That is why people are so happy when you're around, when they're with you. They're so incredibly happy, because they know that now that you're there, everything is going to be okay. With the Fool card here, a lot of people feel that the universe has blessed them in the form of you guys, that the moment you entered their lives, it all got so much better. And because of that, a lot of people might even view you as their lucky charm. They might literally come and tell you that you're my lucky charm. The moment you came into my life, everything just got so much better. And sometimes they actually wonder that, how did it happen? How did pile 4 bring such a positive change in my life? But you didn't do anything, pile 4. You were just you. So never kind of forget your authentic self. Never ignore your authentic self, pile 4, because you're much more valuable than you might give yourself credit for, than you might even know. You're so, so valuable. The universe has sent you to be the sun in people's lives, to get rid of the darkness in people's lives. I know some of you guys might be like, that's a big job. That's a big purpose. But you understand the power that you hold. You literally, like, when you come with the 8 of Wands, because 8 of Wands is all about upward success, upward trajectory. Life is finally moving in a good direction. That's what 8 of Wands is, and that's what you guys are. When you come, all of a sudden people's life starts getting better. Like, they will get a promotion. Or if it's your friend, you made a new friend, all of a sudden they'll find their soulmate or something. They'll find that perfect person to spend the rest of their lives with. Or you'll help them find that person, You'll be like, I think this person is the right one for you, something like that. Or, it's you come into someone's life and all of a sudden they start feeling happy for no reason. Like, I'm not talking that, they start getting promotions or they start getting their person or something, but they just feel happy. They feel good about life in general. They might have a good career, a stable career or something, but sometimes all people need is a little peace of mind, a little bit of contentment, I would say. And that's what you do, that's what you bring. Your energy makes people feel that way. So a lot of time people view you as such a blessing that they're like, I don't want to let pile 4 go. No way, because people start associating their good luck with you. So they're like, oh, no, I cannot lose them, I cannot lose pile 4. Sometimes they can get overly dependent on you guys as well, because yeah, like I'm saying, you guys can be very addicting, very powerful personalities, very powerful beings. Your soul is so incredibly powerful and so full of light that wherever you go, you just spread light. Wherever you go, you get rid of that darkness. And I feel like you guys have a certain glow about you as well. That's why a lot of people will define you as radiant. They will define you as, light. They will just call your name, or your name might have nothing to do with light, or you might have nothing to do with light. But when people just look at you and they're like, this is light, pile 4 is light. They're radiant, they're always glowing. How do they do that? A lot of people might even come and ask you about your skincare routine or your beauty regimen, if you have any. Like, what do you do? What do you put on your face? Why are you always glowing? How often do you do your beauty regime, whatever that is? How often do you do that? They would ask you all sorts of these questions. They would be like, how are you so healthy? Like, that's oh my gosh. So they would be asking you all sorts of these things because they want to know how come you're so radiant. And it's only because of your soul that is so radiant that it actually shows on your face. Your eyes might be incredibly sparkly, you might have very sparkly eyes, and people will be like, how are your eyes so shiny? Why are they like jewels? Why do they sparkle so much? A lot of people envy you for all of these things, and I really wish that you guys protect your energy, because sometimes the evil eye, intentionally, unintentionally can happen. So definitely protect your energy. Like you guys can see, both these cards are like full of positive energy. Both these cards, the Fool card, the Empress card, but you guys can see there's darkness around them. So you guys are like this, but then I feel like you guys need to protect your energy as well. Maybe use some obsidian crystals or something, because black color, and obsidian is all about protection and everything. Like that crystal is used for protection, for banishing negative energy and keeping it away from you. So maybe you guys can do that. Get some obsidian crystals, keep them around you, keep them at the windowsill or something, so that your energy is protected. Because I feel like you guys are very vulnerable to that because of the light that your soul kind of emits. Yeah, it can invite in a lot of dark energy, and we don't need that for you. We need you to be your happy, wonderful, perfect self that you guys are. But that's why people are so happy, with you. They just feel good in your presence. I feel like a lot of babies, they'll be crying and crying and crying, but then the moment you enter or the moment you pick them up, they just start smiling and they're just so happy and content. Why? Because they see that, they feel the light coming out of you, and they just feel so much better. Right? Then we have 4 of Cups. We have 9 of Pentacles. See, contentment. Oh my goodness, you guys. 7 of Swords. King of Swords. And Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So with this King of Swords, you guys can see he's wearing this crystal crown kind of a thing, and there's these crystals coming out. So that's how you guys are. I feel like your intelligence is also something people go like, you have a very bright mind. They would often associate the word bright with you, radiant, sparkly, shining. You're a shining star, they would say. You're a very bright child. Maybe that's how your teachers talked about you when you were in school or something, or if you're still in school. That's how they say that, oh, you're such a bright child, you have such a bright future ahead of you, all of that stuff. They would talk like that. And if you don't go to school, then people will be like, oh, this person's so radiant. And people have this opinion of you, pile 4, that you have a very bright future ahead of you. You might not believe that. You might be like, no, that's not true. But people believe that because, you, yeah, because some people can really feel, some people who are spiritually elevated, they might feel that they can see that light in your soul, and they're like, this kind of light that you guys have, Pile 4, wherever you go, no matter how tough life gets, no matter how dark life gets, your light will cut through it. So, wow. This is incredible. Pile 4, really powerful energy. Also with the Seven of Swords here, I'm getting this message that you guys are very private people. You guys live a secretive life. Like, not a lot of people know about you guys. So those who do know, that just makes them feel extra special, because they're like, yeah, we are in that exclusive club with Pile 4. We get to have access to them. We get to have them in our lives. We get to call them our friend, our partner, our sister, brother, parents, partner, whatever. We get to call them our relative, maybe even. So there's this sort of exclusivity I feel like people feel regarding you. They'll be like, with the Four of Cups here, I'm also getting this, that people who know about you, who've heard about you, but they haven't necessarily met you. Obviously, people talk, Pile 4. We all know that. So when people give such a glowing recommendation about you, when they're giving such a glowing reference regarding you, everybody wants you. People get this, that they have this urge to meet you, and they're like, I wish I had someone like Pile 4 in my life. And when the universe tries to give them something else in return, they're like, no, I only want Pile 4. I want exactly Pile 4. No substitutes, no replacements, only a Pile 4. That's how people feel. And of course, with the 4, the number 4 coming through for you, along with the number 8, which is the double of 4. So this really tells me that you bring the stability as well to the table, because people know, like I'm saying, when you enter people's life, that chaos, that uncertainty goes away. And when uncertainty goes away, when everything is okay in a person's life, right? They know that, okay, yeah, things are going to be okay, things are going to be fine, I don't need to panic, I have everything under control. That's the energy you bring. That's why you're this beautiful change in a person's life, in an individual's life. You're everything a person could ever wish for. Pile 4. That's you. Oh, and your pile number is also 4. Okay. So that's just kind of telling me that contentment. You are that, when you are in someone's life, they want no one else. They just want you. You make them so happy. You give them so much peace that they don't want anybody else. They might not have $1 billion. They might not have the best car or the best looking house or something, but they have the best person, and that's you. So of course, no matter how much we say that, oh, money is important and everything, and yeah, money is important, I'm not saying that it's not, but at the end of the day, people want that one perfect person, and they're willing to do everything to have that one particular person, that one perfect person in their lives. People have started wars over people, over love. There's been wars. People have killed each other for another person. And yeah, why? This Nine of Pentacles, because they know that that person gives them that happiness. They're willing to do anything for that person. And they know that as long as that person is in their life, everything is going to be okay. So no matter if they're going through a financial crunch, God forbid if they're going through a health problem, it's all worth it. They can handle it all. They can endure it all as long as you're with them, Pile 4. Now, do you understand just how powerful you guys are? I hope you guys do. And I hope you understand why people are so happy with you, why people are always striving to be your friend. You might be a very private person by nature. You might be like, I just want my own space. I just want to be by myself. I don't understand why people want to be around me all the time, why I cannot get a break from people. And now you understand why. You might, with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, you might just want to be by yourself. You do not want to go around, um, you know, getting that attention. I feel like some of you guys might be very uncomfortable with attention as well. Every time somebody gives you attention, you're like, no, please, don't. I don't want to be in the spotlight. I don't want to be there. You guys don't have to be in the spotlight, pile 4, because you guys are the spotlight. And you know, when the spotlight shines, everybody just, all of a sudden, people will be shocked, first of all. They'll look at the light, and it'll be really hard to look at it, you know, because it's so bright. And same thing when you're looking at the sun. It's so incredibly hard. People get blinded by it oftentimes. You understand your radiance? That's how you guys are. People get blinded by your light. That it can be really intense at times. If you ever, like, if you guys are not at your full potential at this point, if you haven't realized your true power, the moment you're going to realize it, people will literally get blinded by your light. Pile 4. Right? Oh, then we have Star. Of course we do. Look at this. We have Whip. We have Mountain. So Whip is all about, you know, discord. Whip is all about, you know, chaos, arguments, quarrels, all of those things. So this really tells me that in order to get, I feel like people have literally, some of you guys might be aware of it, some of you guys might not be aware of it, but a lot of people have literally argued over you. People have literally fought over you. You guys have often found yourselves in this love triangle situation as well, where two people are literally going, like, they're trying to win you over, they're trying to woo you, trying to get you to choose them. If not in terms of love, you might have noticed this in terms of your friendships. Your friends, two people, two groups of friends, maybe they're arguing, they're going like, no, pile 4 is our friend. The other one's like, no, pile 4 is my friend. And they get jealous if you kind of give one more attention than the other, you know. And even amongst your close friends, there is this sort of, I would say, rivalry. I wouldn't say rivalry, but just this sense of possessiveness that people have about you, pile 4, that they're just like, oftentimes people fight over you. They do that. And yeah, and I feel like with the Mountain here, one, this tells me just how powerful your personality is. It's like a mountain, you know. A mountain cannot be ignored, just like the sun cannot be ignored. And the mountain is huge, it's lofty, it's powerful, it's unbreakable. So people really view you as that. They view you as this majestic being who's like so up there that people will just desire to be up there with you. They can never actually be up there with you. You know, they can just imagine being there at your level. They fantasize about being at your level, but deep down those people know that they can never be at your level. Just like a lot of people look at it, like Mount Everest, for example. They look at it and they are, you know, they're in awe of it, and they're like, I wish I could climb it, but they know that they cannot. Realistically speaking, they know that they cannot just go up to that level. Only a few selected few have managed to conquer that mountain. So that's how you guys have a very powerful, very strong, unbreakable kind of a personality. And then of course we have Star here. You guys can try and hide. 7 of Swords, you guys can keep your secrets, you guys can hide. But your light will always draw people to you. It's just how it is. It's how you're born, pile 4, right? And of course, light always brings happiness to people. That's what you do. All right, so this is all I have for you, pile 4. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye.